Here we are again, the Vinyl Community Guncles, with yet another album review. And yeah, this time it's Richard that picked the album. It is from the trio called Men, and the album is something about a body or something.
Talk about
the body.
Talk about body.
Talk about
and
the
yeah,
body.
we'll be giving our thoughts on that. So stick around for that, and you might get turned on to a group that you might not be that familiar with. I'm Robert Fithen with the Vinyl Community Guncles, which also features Mike from Hub Tunes, Richard from Calvin Bazoo, and they were sure surprised when Craig from Craig's Vinyl Plethora wore his mini skirt into the room.
I wore my mini skirt into what?
The room.
Oh.
As he walked up to the blackboard, I could still recall the words he had to say.
I know what song you're saying.
He said, "I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA."
Oh my God, yes. Oh, I'm like,
even
what?
I knew that one.
I was having a hard time. I mean, I do like to wear my mini skirt into the room, but you know.
The Rome.
Rome.
All right. So yeah, I was not familiar with this. I'm familiar with Men, but I am not familiar with this particular trio that call themselves that. I think it's J.D. Sumner or something, and the Stamps Quartet. Is that
Samson?
J.D. Samson.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called Men, and the leader is J.D. Samson, and it's a gay thing. And so here I am getting all excited. Turns out it's some woman. It's like, really? Yeah, it's a woman. And I think there's two other guys.
Yeah.
But they're way in the background. And this is like a club thing. You know, it's a nice little club music going on there. And I forgot to pull up the track list. Not that the tracks are really stand out individually. It's you know, it's fun club music, and it's not coming up. And okay. There it is. And it reminded me some of it as like Icona Pop type stuff, you know, that I Like It. They had that song, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. It was on my 20, or it's called I Love It, and it was on my
I Love It. Yeah.
list.
I Like It is Enrique Iglesias.
Mm-hmm.
I never realized that before. There was an I Like It and I Love It out at the same time.
And I want some more of
I Like
it.
It, I Love It from Tim McGraw, which is out about
I
10
want
years
some
ago.
more of it. Mm-hmm.
Right. I can't rise above it. I don't know what it is about that little girl's loving, but I like it.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Yeah.
Richard's like, will somebody please talk about the album that I chose? And not Tim McGraw.
Oh, you know, we just like to, you know, keep it real here.
So yeah, it's great. There was some great little melodies in there. It's like Icona Pop. It's like a little cut above the just dance track stuff that just goes thump thump thump. There was some nice melodies in there. I'm surprised they're not more. Surprised they don't have like a big hit or something. I mean, they do have singles simultaneously, and Off Our Backs are two singles. They have videos for those, and but I'm surprised that this isn't more popular. Maybe it's too controversial for what it is. You know, calling it Men and JD and it's a woman. They do have a song called Boom Boom Boom, not to be confused with Paul Lakakis. Is that his name? Lakakis?
Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. Right. And we can do it all night. And you can feel right. Yeah, I know.
He was a DJ in St. Louis for a while.
Oh, I don't know. But then also the Venga Boys had their Boom 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 song.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom.
Back to the album.
Oh, sorry.
Boom, boom, boom. What was that? Black Eyed Peas had Boom Boom Boom.
Oh, Boom Boom Pow.
Oh, okay. John Lee Hooker had Boom Boom, which was covered by Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
Yeah,
but anyway,
go ahead and go on with this record, though.
I don't really know what more to say. It was fun. It was upbeat. There were some great melodies that kind of brought it above just thumping club music. Some of it was catchy. It was a little more on the pop side. Didn't care for some of the lyrics like Credit Card Babies. I wasn't into that, where it was like, I'm I don't remember what it said, something silly.
I'm
And
gonna fuck my friends and
best.
get a little tiny
yeah, I
get
want
a
to fuck my
little
friends and
tiny
make a baby
baby.
or something. And yeah, no. And first of all, no, you're not. That woman ain't fucking nobody and making a baby. Come on now. Yeah. So I'm gonna give this 3.5 rainbows. I don't really know what, I don't know their history or whatever. Maybe they have some sensational thing about them that I'm not picking up on, but it's fun. It's gets you moving around, you can do housework to it.
House of work. House of work. House of work. I'm so tired of this vacuum.
And now it's Craig.
Like everything is giving me a thought of a song that has nothing to do with this.
Right.
Okay. So JD Samson and the Men talk about the body. So I'm listening to it, it comes on and I'm like, well, this sounds familiar. And then it goes on and I'm like, this sounds familiar. I'm like, am I listening to the Le Tigre album? Because I feel like I'm listening to Le Tigre, and JD Samson was in Le Tigre. And so it's good. It's not Le Tigre, but and it's not the album The Island.
What is Le Tigre?
It's a band that she was in before. Right there. Oh my god. That's like in my top list of
I'll save my questions for later, Richard.
Yeah.
It's also a shirt that people used to wear in the 80s.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This Island is a great, and they did a fantastic cover of I'm So Excited. But that's a whole nother story. But then Credit Card Babies come out. I'd actually heard that song before. I don't know where. And then I've heard the Boom Boom Boom. And then Who Am I to Feel So Free? So I'm like, I know I've never listened to this album prior, but I've heard those songs. But again, to me, I was kind of listening to a Le Tigre album that I hadn't heard before, but not quite as great. But this isn't bad. Like this is like it's just I don't know. I don't really know what to say because it didn't blow me away, but it's good. So, but it's the kind of music that I don't know that's necessarily going to blow you away. Because it's just good, and there's some repetition here and there, but yeah, and I'm gonna fuck my best and get a little tiny baby. I mean, who else? What else more could you want out of the world? Whatever, but yeah, it's 3.5 rainbows for me as well. So, thank you, JD. I kept thinking JD Salinger though. I'm like, oh, who's that? JD Salinger? No, that's not who this
I kept thinking JD Sumner and the Stamps Quartet.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but
they played a lot with Elvis Presley in the concert years.
So this would be like a typical one, not in my wheelhouse, not my kind of thing, not my jam. I'd actually heard this. Not this, but I've heard of Men. My friend Eric Bullock, a great guy, great taste in music. He tried to turn me on to this group years and years ago, and I'm wondering if this might be the album that he wanted me to listen to. And I just remember never following through or whatever, And so I like this. I thought this was fun. I'm not running out and buying the record. I probably would. I play it if I am. It's fun. It's got it's not changing the world. It's not super complicated. It's it's just kind of upbeat, fun club music. I'm guessing there's like extended remixes and stuff. I would think.
Probably.
I would hope. Because some of the songs are really short and there's a lot of like grooves, like a lot of really cool, like it gets you going. The Boom 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 song I really liked. I liked Who Am I to Feel So Free. I thought that was a pretty good song. Simultaneously was good. I wrote that down. But overall nothing really like stands out. Like what I think Robert said that. And so yeah, the credit card babies, man, that was kind of actually when I got to that song, it almost lost me. I was kind of like, oh crap,
Get a little tiny baby.
but it bounced back with boom 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 and take your shirt off. I liked so yeah, it's just fun. Like I said, I'm not gonna run out and buy it, but I did not hate this at all. And probably a lot of viewers would hear it and think, "Oh, Mike's gonna hate this," but no, I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely gonna give it 3 rainbows. Yeah, it was fun.
All right. Well, I have a download code, so I'll send that to you, Mike, if you want to
Thank you.
download the album, because I didn't use it. So
I got it right here.
okay. Yeah. So how I heard about Men and this album was I happened upon this. There was a documentary. I can't remember if it was Netflix or if it was on Prime, but it was called The Punk Singer, and it was about Bikini Kill. And I knew about Bikini Kill, and but I really never listened to them. And I watched the documentary, and great documentary, and I caught it like 3 days before it was removed from whatever streaming service was running it. But I think I'm sure you can find it someplace, but it's a great documentary, and it really talks about Kathleen Hanna and her issue, just her remarkable perspective, and especially dealing with crowds, where she would tell all the boys to back up and let the girls come up front, that kind of thing, where she was like really trying to be, well, she was one of the original Riot Girls, I guess you could say. And then when Bikini Kill ended, because she was having some health issues and finally figured out that she had Lyme disease, and that's when she started some other projects, and one of them was Le Tigre. And that's where she connected with J.D. Samson, who was actually kind of a support crew for Le Tigre. Their original album, I think, was 1998. And then this one, they had 3 albums. And then this one was the 3rd one. And in the middle, that's when J.D. Samson joined the band. She was their projectionist. And but she ended up joining the band and co-writing some songs and things like that. So and I really, like Craig was saying, I really, really like this album. There is one song on it though that did not age well at all. And I would have recommended this one for y'all to listen to, except for that song.
What song?
I think it's the one that closes out side 1. I think it's Tell You Now.
That's
But I can't remember. Anyway, it is a really, really solid album. And then so that led to this band trio called Men, which the only 2 members that are consistent there's J.D. Samson, who I'm going to admit, when I first, because they weren't clear about Samson's gender in the documentary. And just based on appearances, I thought she was a man or potentially a trans man. But no, she is a cis woman, lesbian. And so really didn't figure that, learn about that until later. This person here is another woman. Her name is Ginger Brooks Takahashi. So, but these 2 people here, J.D. Samson and this guy here, who is Michael O'Neill, they're the consistent members. And they only did 2 albums. The second album came out in 2013, and this was their first one. I really like this album. They are in looking at it for what it is. Okay. I'm going to be rating it higher than you all, but I'm also rating it in the perspective of what it is. And this, to me, it's a great party album. It's a great pop danceable album. There's enough variety in the songs. And what I also like about, I mean, the hooks are catchy. But what I also like about the songs is that a lot of them, it's called Talk About Body. A lot of them do deal with issues of body perspective, body dysmorphia, being trans, or being different from everybody else. And so there's a lot of that going through the songs. And there's also some really serious, I love a song and I love a band that talks trash about capitalism. I love that. And they do that quite a bit in this song, or this, album. Boom, boom, boom. I can see the sky. To me, it's got a great catchy hook, Off Our Backs. Credit Card Babies is just, to me, is just a commentary on the whole, I don't think it's endorsing any of the activity that it's talking in there. I think it's just commenting that there's a lot of that goes on with the laissez-faire attitude with sex and let's just create a baby, kind of thing. The closer on this album, Be Like This. I love that song. I love the melody to it. I love everything about it. The way the little vamp in the middle. I love the way it ends with the lines. Is it thunder I hear outside, or is it an aeroplane? Because nothing is working, not even a little bit. And so many of these songs. This album, I felt like they're, especially with one song, was kind of dated. Given what's going on right now with our country, and everything in here in this album is still relevant, even though it came out in 2011. It's still on point in my opinion. So yeah, some of the hooks are a little too formulaic. Anyway, but I still like them.
Yeah, definitely.
They're fun.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give this 4 rainbows. I was kind of tempted to give it 4.5 rainbows, but the more I thought about it, now just 4 rainbows is good enough. But seriously, it's a fun album. It's fun synth pop. It's got some real guitar going on in it from time to time. Men, Talk About Body, and check out the T-Brand, because that is a great project as well that also included Kathleen Turner.
14 is the final score.
14 is our final number.
All right, so what are we going to be reviewing on the next album review, which will actually be a while because we have some other things coming up first. But when we finally get to it, it'll be my choice. And I like to keep the variety going. We're always doing all kinds of different types of albums. But then I realized we have not really done any progressive rock, like prog rock.
Craig's favorite.
Since we did the Porcupine Tree album.
Yeah, that's probably the only one.
Well, I mean, like classic prog rock that everybody considers, like, you think of prog rock, you think of certain bands like early Genesis, and Yes, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and that kind of a
thing. Beach Boys.
What's that?
Is that and the Beach Boys?
The Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys.
Because didn't they?
Mamas and the Papas.
Prog rock, because I know that recently they've invented new wave. Apparently, that's the latest. The Beach Boys invented new wave on, I think it's the Love You album. Right. Are you picking up on why I'm so annoyed by the Beach Boys?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
the latest. They invented new wave. But yeah, so progressive rock, and I'm thinking, we should have some. I'm not the biggest prog rock fan. I like scattered songs here and there. But I thought we should check out an album that does get discussed quite a bit, so we should discuss it too and join the party.
I'm
It
excited.
is a big band, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So I would like us to listen to and review Love Beach.
Jesus.
Why did you pick that?
Are you serious? You're not being
Emerson,
serious.
Lake, and
LOVEBEACH.
Are you serious? He's fucking with us, right?
I've only heard this album once.
That's all you ever need to hear it.
Well, that cover's amazing. What year is that from?
That is from 1978.
Okay.
Not Tarkus, not brain salad surgery. Love Beach.
Love Beach from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Classic progressive rock.
Oh, classic.
I can't even imagine what kind of intricate time signature changes are in here. Clever chords that you don't usually hear.
Your passive aggressiveness is so
I think you
transparent.
might be fucking with us.
Okay.
He's serious.
I mean, I love the cover. It's sexy.
A lot of people do not like the cover, and that's one of the things that everybody talks about is the cover. And they don't really talk about the music, so I think we could do that because none of us are going to be offended by the cover. I think a lot of people don't like the cover because the cover is so off-brand.
Right.
Emerson.
Yeah, that's why people don't like it. Yeah. You're fucking with us, right?
And for some real fun, do what I did and rewind or go back about 25 seconds. And when I reveal the album, look at Mike's reaction. Actually, look at Mike and Richard simultaneously. They do the exact same thing. So, Love Beach.
I don't know
Emerson,
any
Lake and
better,
Palmer.
so I've
Christ,
never
no.
heard anything by them. I don't believe.
Coming
So.
well, if you've never heard Emerson, Lake and Palmer, this is
That's
a great
right.
introductory album.
I think you're lying, but look at their faces.
Have we ever reviewed an album like this before?
I'm waiting for the punchline.
That's coming when we review it.
Serious. Okay.
Have we ever reviewed an album like that before?
They don't think so.
Oh, we've
Yeah.
reviewed lots of shitty albums.
Like what?
I don't know.
Usually, at least one of us likes it.
Genesis, the self-titled.
See, now I love that album, and I think you actually ended up liking it.
It's all right. It's not the best. Okay, look forward to that, people. I'm going to write it
Emerson,
down.
Lake and Palmer's Love Beach. I bet it gets a bunch of views. I bet
I'm
people
ready.
are going to be like,
You
"What
know
in
it's gonna
the
get a shitload of
actual
views.
hell is going on?"
Mm-hmm. Probably. Yeah, I can't wait. Mm-hmm.
I think the way it lines up. Is this going to be April 1st when that uploads, or around then?
No,
I
we're
think it's a
going to
joke.
record on this.
There's at least 2 people on this panel that still think it's a joke.
All right.
So that's coming up. And so is the tops and bottoms of 1975. And also original versus cover. We'll do that as well. And in fact, that's coming up next. So
Oh, and maybe we'll play that game.
There's a little bit between until we get to the Love Beach. The Love Beach is far off in the horizon. And who knows, we might even play our game again sometime in there as well.
I knew it was coming because it's on every freaking thing. Fifth and always wishing we'd play that
After
damn
Love
game
Beach,
again.
people will be like, "Can we please play that game?"
Just air the unaired episode.
This is analogous to our reviewing of that album by Village People.
Oh, when I did, what was the Village People album?
Renaissance.
I'm trying to look it up with the
the one where they went new wave. What was that?
Yeah,
called?
Renaissance.
Was that
Rena-
Cruising?
Renaissance.
That
He did
absolutely
too.
was
Oh,
not
Renaissance.
Cruising.
Renaissance.
Renaissance. I said it like
Cruising's
4
a good one.
times. The
Yeah.
one with Food Fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
best
good.
song
Yeah, we
ever.
did review it, yeah.
Best
And
song
didn't they have
ever.
a
But
song
we
about
reviewed
advertising something like
McDonald's. They're
Yeah,
gonna
McDonald's,
have a
Big
Big
Mac or
Mac.
something?
Big
Yeah.
Macs.
It was
Yeah.
so bad. That was so much fun.
That's what I'm saying. Now here comes more fun. Love Beat.
But I
I'm
mean,
excited.
Reagan Palmer.
you could have done Trilogy as a great record.
And Trilogy's kind of boring. It has From the
Brain
Beginning
Salad
on it.
Surgery.
Works would have been better.
Right? Works.
Brain Salad Surgery is like this album that you can get for like $5. I wonder why that
probably
is.
less.
Well, out of all the prog bands, ELP is probably the, he should have
The one
stuck
that's
with
kind
same
of not
principle.
aged well, I guess. Their stuff is so cheap. Not that price really dictates quality, but you'd think with a band like that and prog rock in the 70s, they would at least have like $15, $20 albums. They're all like $5 or less.
There's a
My
song called
understanding,
Taste
there are
of
some
My
people who-
Love on this record.
There are some people who believe that later ELP was the reason punk came to be.
Well, this is 78. So yeah, earlier ELP where they're doing are they the ones that have who is Tales? That's Yes. Tales of what?
Oh, Tales of
Topographic-
Topographic Ocean. That was the most bloated
That is
prog
punk
album
rock.
ever. That was the real reason we have
That's
punk.
the punk rock launch right there because it was like every member
this
did a
ELP's
song and
last
they're
album?
all on a side and it just goes on and on. I literally got that was when I was doing my purge and I'm like, I got to get rid of something. That was one of the first records that I was like, I do not need this and somebody wants this. There's some records I don't really want and I'm trying to get rid of them, but I know that nobody else really wants them either, like some old country stuff like Slim Whitman or so. I don't even know why I have that, but nobody wants it. So I'm using it as like a mailer, to protect a record that I'm mailing. And, but yeah, the Yes from Tales from Topographic Oceans was one of the ones that was like, somebody wants this and I don't. Yes Songs was another one, the 3LP like live thing.
Yeah.
It's just kind of there.
So
Like,
this
the
is
studio
basically
versions are
their
better
last
than any
album.
song on there. But yeah.
Okay.
So all that's coming up.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it an honest spin.
Me too. I've only heard it once. I remember
Yeah.
I
heard it
remember
once.
thinking certain things. And I
I
remember
used to
there's
own it.
I remember I own it because I found it for $1 and it's so notorious.
Yeah.
I remember there's a specific lyric that's just over the top ridiculous to the point where it might have even been somewhat shocking. But I don't remember what the lyric is or what song it's on. But it's like, oh my God, kind of. It might have been on that song Taste of My Love. It probably is.
Taste of My Love.
Yeah. It's the little taste.
Well, so exciting. Can't wait.
Well, you'll have to, unfortunately.
I know,
because
yeah.
we have all those other things coming up, and
Yeah,
hopefully
we
you'll
do.
join us for all of them. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles. I'm Robert Fifth, and along with
Richard at Calvin Wazoo.
Craig's Vinyl Bluthra.
What?
I don't know.
Mike at Hubtunes.
Thank you so much for watching. Now you want to get out your Love Beach record that we all know that you have and give that a listen so you'll know
Yeah,
what we're talking
Work
about.
it on out. Yeah.
Wait, do I still have it? No, there's no way I have it. No, it's gone.
I know I don't.
And this
I
is, of
haven't
course,
bothered.
like this is in mint condition because who
It
plays
looks like it's in mint. Yeah,
Looks like a Pablo Cruz cover.
yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Love will find a way. Open up your heart. We should have reviewed that. Worlds Apart.
Yeah.
That's on.
Be better than this.
I don't know. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Sorry.
Craig.